Google it.
Google it.
All right, Gilman is known to those on the highway as that exit with all the gas stations.
And I've eaten at several of the restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Right there at the exit. But if you venture a little bit east, you're going to find yourself in the country.
And that's where I visited one unlikely farm owner. Her creativity makes her farm stand out. It's common knowledge that old MacDonald had a farm.
That's true.
And on it, he had certain things.
Our ducks. Off they go.
But even he didn't have what they have here.
I guess we're sort of a little strange oasis in a way. I know that we're probably a little different in a lot of ways. This is what we call our memory tree. I don't know if you want to take a picture of my unicorn. A friend of mine said, well, you have a fairy garden. And I guess it is to us.
Lavender Willow Farm's main crop is ideas. The seed starts in the brain of Diane Pronitis and makes its way to her yard.
It's not a productive farm. It's I don't know, a farmette, I guess you could call it, a hobby farm in a sense. And this is the way to the beehives. It's just a peaceful place that we love. They're pretty much on their own. My parents bought the property in 1999 with the idea that eventually they'd move out here, and my dad passed away and my mother had Alzheimer's. So I brought my mother and my daughter out here to take care of them, and my mom for her last years. She had Alzheimer's, so the simpler things appealed to her. She loved to look at the birds and the sky and the flowers. When my mother passed away, I needed to do something.
So Diane took a seed of an idea.
I think there should be more art in the world.
And helped it grow.
Well, Brianna, you know, sometimes people just suggest things. Remember how we talked about the Impressionists and they just do dots, blops of colors sometimes? There isn't a lot of art in this area. But there are people that are interested. We've given lessons to little kids all the way up to older ladies. And people seem to enjoy that, and it's an outlet for them. And since they've taken a lot of art out of the schools, it's an outlet for them. It's therapy also.
I don't know. It's just something about being out here. You've got the water. You've got the chimes. It just kind of sparks something. You know, you put the brush in your hand and then you put it to the canvas and you've got this gentle guidance, this professional gentle guidance, and it just happens. You don't even really have to think about it. It just happens.
Well, it's really calm and peaceful. Like, I like all the nature, all the trees. It's pretty.
It's the connection of nature and creativity, I suppose, for me. That I can be out here, I can be creative, I can plant things that I love and make it as wonderful as I can, and I can share it with music and art people, and I benefit from that as well.
So maybe old MacDonald should go to the art store. It sounds like he's surrounded by a lot of inspiration.
It helps kids see things differently, see nature, things they would never have experienced before. And I think that's amazing to me.
Very fun.
What a beautiful setting.
Beautiful setting. Well, the funny thing is the reason, or the way that I found this story was I was looking around for different Gilman stories, and I stumbled on this thing called Gilman Old Time Music Fest. And it's apparently something she hosts at her farm in September. She just invites, she has some good friends who are good at music, and she says she'll slap the bones, whatever that means. I'm assuming that's an instrument. And yeah, the music is amazing and incredible. And they're like in her barn if it's raining, or they're out and they camp on her ground. It's so cool. And so I saw that, and then I was like, this person has a story, and such a cool story. And yeah, and then those kids, really talented. One of them won a medal or a ribbon for her work. So
cool.
Good stuff.
Maybe,
Very good.
hey, we can hook her up with Ben Portsmouth now that he's been on our
what do you mean?
show.
That's true.
If she wants
for
some
old-time
Elvis music, yeah.
Well, it's more like folk music.
I bet
so
Elvis can do folk.
maybe he did Wooden Heart. That was on accordion. So maybe he could do that.
We'll find out. We have no doubt about Ben's capabilities.